Ooh.
Art is everything. But I think first of all it's important.
I think again, it's about being a nice person, isn't it? Just because somebody's being nasty to you on the road, or you don't necessarily have to be the same as them.
Always were told you needed to have X, Y, and Z. Like at school already, they're telling you what do you want to be. You're like, I don't even know what I'm now. I'm gonna know what I'm then.
I like football.
Like, relax. Let me just get through today.
This is a nice question.
Okay.
Let us
Is
hear
it about...
No, I wish it was. I wish it was about but it's not.
National University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Today on One. In the news tonight, political interference delays registration of Revolutionary Union, says AR. Students Association dissatisfied with abandoned Nkurankuru VTC construction. Farming not just for the elderly, says Malundu sweet potato farmer. And Roundup, Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. The affirmative repositioning movement has brought an application before the Labour Court to challenge the alleged refusal of the Labour Commissioner to register its Revolutionary Union. AR leader Job Mpanda says despite attending to concerns raised by the Labour Commissioner, they are faced with political delays and irregularities and are therefore seeking an order from the court that will compel the Commissioner to register the union.
The AR leader, Job Mpanda, emphasized that it is very critical to have the union registered in order to address the issues affecting the struggling working class in Namibia. The AR brought an application before the Labour Court, a division in the High Court challenging irregularities regarding their application. The movement is seeking an order that will compel the Labour Commissioner to register their union.
Because as a movement, we will not be able to address all the concerns and questions of the workers in an unorganized fashion. That's why RU is very important and critical for us to do this thing. We are in court now, and it's going to be very interesting. We want to see, because the person who must defend the Labour Commissioner, the person who must defend the Labour Commissioner is the Attorney General, is government attorneys. We want to see what the Attorney General is now going to do. Because Attorney General have already advised these guys what they must do. They've already given an opinion. They decided to go against his opinion. It will be interesting to see whether the Attorney General is going now to turn around after giving an opinion that vindicates our lawful position to come and defend illegalities that he have advised against, or is going to advise differently. So it's very interesting, and we hope that everyone is now going to observe and watch this case as it progresses carefully. So once our head of legal have filed, have served, because we wanted to also release the affidavit and all those things and the supporting evidence, and so that you can understand the strength of our case. But we were advised that let's first serve these guys, the ministry, the labor ministry, and the minister, because Utoni Nyoma, we are also citing him, because he's the one who's intervening in things that he have nothing to do. At the same time, being hypocritical, they're talking about people must register while conniving in meetings, sitting in a meeting on the 13th of April, deciding that we must not be registered when he doesn't have any power to do so.
Mpanda further explained that the Labour Commissioner is not exercising his duties accordingly, and it is worrisome.
As soon as we discovered through a tip-off that the regime has decided not to allow the Revolutionary Union to register, we resolved to attend to all concerns the Labour Commissioner may raise with us, because we were told already that these people are traumatized about AR, so they are determined to make sure that you guys don't register. That we were already given a tip-off before we even submitted our application. So we took a conscious decision that, fine, whatever it is that is going to say, change this, let's just change it. Because we know that they are already looking for reasons to do that. But this is a public institution and a public official. Okay? This Labour Commissioner took issues with the words such as militant and revolutionary. This is a Labour Commissioner. I say, no, this word, militant, revolutionary, what. We were just saying, okay, we told Kavetu, our head of legal, change it, accept it. Because he will not change our character just because we have removed the word. So we decided to comply with all those things. The Labour Commissioner then decided to sit on our application for the entire 2021 on account that he's apparently seeking a legal opinion on the matter. The Labour Commissioner only approached the Attorney General's office for the legal opinion on our position in 2022. What is funny and interesting is that we also learned that the Attorney General, who's the principal advisor to the President and government, gave a legal opinion on the matter that affirms our position, that our application to register in those sectors is in line with the law. So the Attorney General wrote back to the Labour Commissioner and said, no, these guys are correct. The law makes provision for them to register in those sectors. What does this Labour Commissioner do? Because there is already that political motive and the decision not to register our union. He decided, in the presence of the legal opinion, he still refused to register. So then he decided that no, he is going to discuss the legal opinion with the minister, Utoni Nuyoma. So this is a person who sits also having a position like a judge. So basically means that when he gives judgment, does he go and discuss with Utoni Nuyoma? So this guy writes to me in April, good afternoon, Dr. Mupanda. Because I was asking, can you please update us? Chief, what's going on? Good afternoon, Dr. Mupanda. I plan to give you an update. Honorable Minister was out on official mission this week. I have requested an urgent meeting in the course of next week. We'll revert to you then. Okay, he's confirming that he's discussing our application and the legal opinion with the politician.
Mpanda called on all the workers to remain resolute as the union will soon be registered.
There are different types of decisions, such as rational, habitual, impulsive, and coin tossing.
Let's get started.
The consumption of poultry containing food poisoning organisms such as salmonella, but the danger to health can be dramatically reduced.
What about other organisms in the animal kingdom? Well, some animals are ectothermic.
Welcome to Lesson 5 for Grade 10 and 11 Mathematics.
Methodologies and approaches in order to produce relevant and suitable results.
The construction of Phase 1 of the Nkuru Vocational Training Center in the Kavango West region, estimated to cost 35 million Namibia dollars, has been abandoned after the contractor allegedly failed to deliver. This prompted the Namibia Training Authority to terminate the tender with the contractor.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
The National Students Association held a press conference this week and expressed its dissatisfaction with the leadership and management from officers involved in the construction of the Nkurankuru VTC. The construction was scheduled to start in 2020 and completed by September 2022. However, 3 months before the set date, the construction site has been abandoned. NASA Acting President Paulus Vihemba said the Procurement Board Monitoring and Evaluation Report, amongst others, highlighted that the contractor underperformed and that there were few material on site, forcing workers to wait nearly 3 months for supplies.
If the tendency of abandoning and delaying national and regional projects will continue being overlooked or unheeded, it will perambulate and escalate into a societal development menace, and academic delayed is academic development denied. NASA have it from a trusted source that the tender in question was awarded to a contractor who is a close associate to an influential political leader in the region, despite the company being a briefcase company. NASA acknowledges and welcomes the decision of the NTA to terminate the tender that was awarded to Neo Ololia Trading CC, and the decision that the contractor should pay back the money. We also welcome and acknowledge the decision by the Central Procurement Board of Namibia by restricting the re-awarding of the tender of the construction of Phase 1B of the Nkurankuru Vocational Training Center to a bidder who competed for the tender in the first round, because this will prevent further delay in the construction. NASA established that there were no contractors or security personnel present when our Kavango West executive visited the premises, and thousands of dollars worthy priceless material had been stolen or damaged. The Kavango West Police Commissioner also claimed that the center also turned into a hotspot of crimes in the community, because at least 2 safety accidents have been documented by the police.
The association now demands that the NTA immediately appoint a new contractor based on merits and not one appointed based on alliance, the immediate commencement of the construction of the Nkurankuru VTC by the end of July 2022, and the immediate deployment of security personnel on the construction site to safeguard the abandoned material. NASA want the NTA, the governor of the Kavango West region, and the Central Procurement Board to meet their demands by the end of July.
However, NASA is very disappointed towards NTA and Central Procurement Board of Namibia for the delay in re-awarding the tender to a new contractor. Why is it taking so long to re-award the tender if, according to NTA spokesperson, the legal battle between the contractor and NTA over the termination of the contract were settled on the 17th of March 2022, and it was decided that NTA would need to hire a new contractor from the bidders who completed for the tender in the first round of continue with the construction project. However, NTA is still delaying the process of selecting a new contractor. Henceforth, the process of the construction and the reopening of the vocational training center are both further delays by this postponement. Vocational training center is in the opinion of NASA, the biggest development that a region can achieve. as it is of high essential to Namibian child and the youth who will gain the knowledge and skill from it and use to improve their living standard. The benefit of VTC encroaches on escalating and enhancing the economy, infrastructure development, and social progression of the region and the country at large in an array of ways.
The Namibia Training Authority said the awarding of the tender is in the remit of the Central Procurement Board, as they are mandated to conduct the bidding process on behalf of public entities for the awarding of contracts for procurement that exceed the threshold prescribed for public entities.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
We never thought that this would actually happen in our country, especially for the youth. Everyone wants to play soccer now because it's obsolete.
A former National Assembly member who has gone into full-time farming in the Malundu village of Zambezi region says it is unacceptable that youth unemployment remains high in Katima Mulilo while there is plenty of land for farming.
Retired Member of Parliament Agnes Limbo told Today on One that after leaving corporate affairs in 2020, she went into sweet potato farming because she believes in the government's mandate to make Namibia self-sufficient and that it starts with individuals. She added that Zambezi has plenty of land, yet the youth still see farming as an activity for the elderly while struggling with unemployment.
It's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate that majority of our youth, especially, they still regard agriculture as a thing of the elders. This is their time. We are told Africa is urging all of us, as we know that our leaders have called, they have signed already to have one market, and that market is us to fill it. It's us to feed ourselves. So they must come. They must come back to land and produce. Because if you don't, they are saying, if you are being fed by someone else, that person will hold you hostage for the rest of your life. But if you feed yourself, no one will tell you stories, and you are sure that whatever goes into my body is something I produced, I planted it myself. So that's why it's important that all of us, if we want to produce millionaires in this country, in Africa, they must come back to the land and till. And that's where God gave us a plenty of land. Like in Zambezi, we have got plenty of land. So they must come and join. This is the way to go in the 21st century.
Limbo said she focused on planting sweet potatoes because a lot of illegal cross-border smuggling of sweet potatoes happens in the Katima area due to its scarcity and also because it is not a very disease-prone crop. Limbo added that she sells bags of potatoes to Windhoek, her surrounding community, and the agro-marketing trade agency.
The market is bitty, it's still very, very small. It's still in its infancy because we rely mostly with AMTA, and it's not so much because we need to transport things from here to town, then from town to Rundu. As you know that Zambezi do not have our fresh hub. So the appeal to government is to see to it that we must try to have the fresh hub. Maybe to make our farmers more who fall in love with agriculture, because they will know that transportation of our produce will be closer, and they will have our returns on time than sending to AMTA. And at least, I mean, not AMTA but Rundu, it should be produced locally, send it to a local hub, and then repackaged, send it wherever in any part of Namibia. That's what we want to look at. So even as you know, Zambezi, the population is very small. So the more people they come to be farmers, the market will be saturated. So we need to be assisted so that we can have to import to other parts of the world, not only in Namibia. I know other parts of the country, I mean other parts of the world, if we become really active and we produce quality stuff, we can export to other parts of the world.
Limbo says the youth should return to the land as their source of sustenance in order to help grow the country so that Namibia can reach self-sufficiency.
In other leading stories, a delegation from the Namibia Revenue Agency NAMRA paid a courtesy visit to the Minister of Industrialization and Trade, Lucia Ipumbu, on Monday the 4th of July. The delegation, led by its Commissioner Sem Shivute, shared its vision and objectives relevant to the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade and enhancement of trade facilitation in Namibia. The Ministry of Industrialization and Trade is the first ministry to receive a courtesy visit by the agency since its inception in 2021. Addressing the delegation, Minister Ipumbu said the visit sets space for future engagements in the work of both the ministry and agency. She also stressed the mainstreaming and streamlining of systems and procedures by both institutions which are currently operating in silos to be more flexible and have shorter turnaround times. Among the points of discussion was the operationalization of one-stop border posts with issues such as reducing congestion at borders and prioritization of harmonizing the operational hours at the border posts. The smuggling of fuel into the country and fast-tracking of the automotive industry and reduction of imports of vehicles was also highlighted during the meeting. The minister also stressed urgency to assist Namibian entrepreneurs, particularly in the poultry industry, who are no longer able to compete with their foreign counterparts who are offering cheaper products to consumers. She further indicated that the ministry had received numerous complaints related to the quality of imported goods and labor and compliance issues, adding that the ministry should strengthen its inspection mandate at business premises. The ministry is mandated with accelerating economic growth and reduce income inequality. The ministry also facilitates the promotion of growth and development of the economy through the formulation and implementation of appropriate policies to attract investment, increase trade, develop and expand the country's industrial base.
Honestly, I've never been so anxious to like flip a card.
In your whole life?
My whole entire life. I think it's because I'm probably used to like a
you used to having the information in
advance. you know? I'm like, I know what I'm gonna ask her more. Now I'm on the other side and I'm just like, can we just and I can't flip the card up until till it's my turn, right? Yeah. Let's have a conversation.
I think for me, art is important.
Ooh.
Art is everything. But I think first of all, it's important.
I think again, you know, it's about being a nice person, isn't it? You know, just because somebody's being nasty to you on the road, or you don't necessarily have to be the same as them.
Always we're told you needed to have X, Y, and Z. Like at school
By
already,
this
they're telling you
age,
what do you want to be. You're like, I don't even know what I'm now. I'm going to know what I'm then.
I like football.
Relax. Let me just get through today.
This is a nice question.
Okay.
Let us
Is it about...
No, I wish it was. I wish it was about, but it's not.
Now let's cross over to the business desk with Joseph Shifeni.
Business on One was proudly brought to you by the Government Institutions Pension Fund.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. Old Mutual aims to empower 180 grassroots businesses for the next 3 years by offering training on business running ethics, financial sustainability, and skills they require to grow their businesses.
Old Mutual, in collaboration with Launch Namibia, the Financial Literacy Initiative, and the United Nations Development Programme UNDP Accelerator Lab, has launched the Old Mutual Sustainable Economic and Empowerment Drive Initiative. Through this initiative, they are targeting to train the grassroots businesses in 3 randomly selected towns, namely Keetmanshoop, Oshakati, and Windhoek, as these towns are strategically located to impact and create value within communities.
This training will offer entrepreneurs the skills they require to grow their business and invest in their future. Now, to all our budding entrepreneurs, you're asking yourselves, now how are we going to be made aware of this initiative? Now, through Launch Namibia, they're going to be traveling to all the 3 towns to sensitize entrepreneurs about oil seed. So applications are going to be available from them, as well as all our branches within the 3 towns, and they're officially closing on the 22nd of July. So we implore you to tell your cousins, your friends, your families about this. Thereafter, we're going to select 60 applicants per town to undergo business and financial training, of which 20 will qualify to pitch to a panel of judges. There will be 3 chosen winners who stand a chance to walk away with 85,000 Namibian dollars. Now, the on-seat dates when these entrepreneurs are going to pitch, starting in Windhoek, is the 3rd and the 4th of August. Then in Keetmans is the 10th and 11th of August. Then in Oshakati is the 17th and 18th of August.
Tom Shilongo, founder of Launch Namibia, encouraged businesses from the informal economy, including kapana sellers, barbers, and those with startups, to apply in order for their businesses to be uplifted through the OMSEED initiative.
Our role in this will basically be to facilitate the application process, as well as provide entrepreneurs and leaders and leadership training. We basically do this by fostering collaboration and connecting startups and SMEs with relevant stakeholders, such as the government, the private, and public sectors, in order to form initiatives that basically aid to the growth of businesses. So participants from the informal economy are encouraged to apply. The initiative is aimed at grassroots entrepreneurs, such as the street vendors, the kapana sellers, the tuck shop owners, the barbers, etc. So to participate in the OMSEED, simply obtain an application form from the Old Mutual branch in Windhoek, Keetmans, and Oshakati. Fill it out, attach a copy of your Namibian ID, and then after that, you basically submit it. So the applications will then close on the 22nd of July. There will be a shortlisting process, basically to select 60 entrepreneurs from each town to participate in the OMSEED initiative or the program. So it's quite exciting that we are launching this initiative here, because I feel like we are in the center of business. If you look around, you'll see a lot of small businesses that are here. And don't just look at them as small. These businesses are basically employers. They're creating employment for a lot of Namibians.
Applicants are encouraged to visit the Old Mutual branches in Keetmanshoop, Windhoek and Oshakati to register their businesses and startups. The registration started on the 6th of July to the 22nd of July 2022.
Business on One was proudly brought to you by the Government Institutions Pension Fund.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
The Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters Deputy President Longinus Kalimbo Ipumbu says the government does not have a substantive case against fellow party member Michael Mushelelo and the affirmative repositioning movement activist Dimbulukeni Nauyoma. Ipumbu claimed the court case is a waste of state resources. Peter said the evidence they're looking for can be manipulated. Manuel said the NEFF leader should not politicize everything. Ramsey said it seems the aim is to punish the accused indirectly. Abuchira says the ruling party is in control. Jacob says those in jail were arrested for saying that Chinese shops are selling counterfeit goods. Carol says the Chinese government is in charge since they are owed billions by the local government. And that's it from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast only on Today on One.
Amanda het sopas 'n mat onder my voet uitgeruk. Kyk, ek het nie nou krag om te beklei of te apologize nie.
Ek het altyd gewonder oor die storie dat iemand in 'n koma kan hoor wat om hulle aangaan.
So shut up, Willem! Hy soek my al lankal. So my ek deur jou. Kom maar hier wat jy soek. Nie my seun nie. Nee. So.
Up next is sports with Castro Lumbu.
Welcome to Sports on One. I'm your host, Castro Ulumbu. In a major horse racing club, the Professor Supporters Club has expressed interest to transition to a semi-professional status, which will, among others, allow them to participate on international level. The Professor Supporters Club patron Gebert Kandanga noted that the club is ambitious to move up from amateur to semi-professional level status, as well as to establish a jockeys club with an objective of employing aspiring jockeys. Kandanga shared his aspiration at a recent partnership commitment with the First National Bank of Namibia FNB to host the July Handicap, which is the biggest horse racing event in the country for an additional 3 years.
Professor Supporters Club Namibia has been registered as a non-profit making organization. We are registered as an employer with the Social Security Commission because we thought of the health, welfare and safety of our riders, the jockeys, which is of paramount importance to us. So that is why we thought it appropriate to register with the Social Security Commission. Further on, our objective is to graduate from amateur to semi-professional and eventually to attain professional status. We are planning to undertake visits in that line to neighboring countries such as South Africa and others where horse racing events are held so that we can learn from their best practices as we march through our journey to professionalism. The idea is to expose our management and jockeys to best practices, as I said, in those countries. Our aim is to establish a jockeys club to recruit young people who aspire to become jockeys so that they can learn from the current crop that we have and also join in as jockeys. That way we would facilitate growth in terms of human resources in that department.
Apart from focusing on horse racing, the social club has so far established a sports club, a small-medium enterprise section to tackle the business aspects during the horse racing events. The club is currently assisting other towns to improve infrastructure to attract sport tourism, Kandanga added.
We established a professional sports academy in Khobabes, which hosts various sports disciplines, such as athletics, football, netball, and we have also created an SME section to assist our local business people, particularly those that are doing business at our events. I'm sure our events forward will contribute to emancipation of our local people there. The club is forging various alliances with cities such as Juarongo and Khobabes in an effort to improve their facilities there to attract sports tourism to those towns. A good example is what we did in Okakarara during Okakarara Trade Fair, where we established a horse racing track which enabled them to host a horse racing event twice in Okakarara. That was part of our contribution to Okakarara, just as we are trying to do in Khobabes and in Chuarongo and Khobabes.
The Professor Supporters Club received 900,000 Namibia dollars from FNB, which will be divided into 300,000 Namibia dollars for the next 3 years. This sponsorship will also be used to host the 4th edition of the FNB July Handicap, scheduled to happen on the 30th of July at the Oka Hajipara Turf Club in Okonjatu in the Ojodanjupa region. On the day, 15 races will take place. Thank you for watching. Catch us again tomorrow for Sports on One. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages for more updates on the sports front.
Thank you, Castro, for that update. Now let's have a look at the weather forecast.
A look at the weather forecast. The interior will be sunny and warm to hot. The coast partly cloudy and mild to warm. The wind moderate southwesterly to southeasterly. Now a look at the minimum and maximum temperatures around the country and beyond.
That's all we have for you. Please don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Beautiful souls, this is Nikita Winkler and I'm here to share easy tools for stretching that you can do just about anywhere. This is a demonstration, so what's most important is that you take the time that your body requires to release the tension that you have. So let's get started. In this session, we will be using all the tools you have and all the tools you need to give yourself a neck massage, a neck and shoulder massage. So first, I'm going to cup my fingers and I'm going to go to the front of the neck and I'm going to draw lines down and then massage up, down, whatever feels good. If you feel the tension, dig into it. I'm going to go to the back of the neck now using 4 fingers. And you can draw lines from the bottom up, or you can go all the way into the shoulder blades, drawing all that tension up. And last but not least, using the thumb, especially this part of the thumb, to dig into the head, the base of the skull. Create circular movement or line. Go where you find the tension and continue giving your head some pressure, and wow, you're gonna feel so much more alive once you give yourself a massage. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Don't forget to breathe and happy stretching.
There are different types of decisions, such as rational, habitual, impulsive, and coin tossing.
Let's get started.
The consumption of poultry containing food poisoning organisms such as salmonella, but the danger to health can be dramatically reduced.
What about other organisms in the animal kingdom? Well, some animals are ectothermic.
Welcome to Lesson 5 for Grade 10 and 11 Mathematics.
Methodologies and approaches in order to produce relevant and suitable results.
Die Lady Pohamba Privaat Hospitaal in Windhoek is een van die mees moderne en goed toegeruste hospitale wat met die beste in die wêreld vergelyk kan word. Dit is 'n geregistreerde akute sorghospitaal wat gespesialiseerde mediese sorg van hoë gehalte aan pasiënte verskaf deur bekwame mediese personeel. Die moderne hospitaal is toegerus met veilige en gespesialiseerde toerusting om goeie pasiëntuitkomste te verseker. Die teaterkompleks bestaan uit 6 operasieteaters wat almal ten volle toegerus is om die gevorderde sorg te lewer.
Elke afdeling in die hospitaal is ontwerp om veilig en gemaklik te wees om aan die mediese behoeftes van pasiënte te voldoen. Die intensiewe sorgeenheid van die hospitaal het 21 beddens en word deur mediese beamptes en bekwame intensiewe sorgkundiges bestuur en is 24 uur in die intensiewe sorgeenheid beskikbaar. Die noodeenheid van die hospitaal het 15 beddens en die personeel volg internasionale kliniese protokolle om die beste diens aan die pasiënte te verseker. 'n Trauma- en noodeenheidsspesialis is in beheer van die kliniese hantering van die pasiënte in die eenheid. Die wêreldwye COVID-19 pandemie het ook die bestuur van die hospitaal gedwing om 'n ruimte te skep wat veilig is vir COVID-19 pasiënte en verpleegpersoneel om sorg te lewer. Kraampasiënte het privaat kamers beskikbaar. Die gades van die pasiënte word ook toegelaat om by hulle te bly om optimale binding met die babas te verbeter. 'n Intensiewe sorgeenheid vir babas is ook deel van die departement indien daar 'n behoefte is aan intensiewe of hoë sorgdiens aan hulle.
Die multidissiplinêre span van Lady Pohamba Hospitaal is te alle tye daar om mense in nood te help. Ons is geweldig trots op ons wonderlike fasiliteit met goeie toerusting en vaardige personeel om alle Namibiërs en mense wat ons land besoek te help in nood.
Lady Pohamba Privaat Hospitaal is gefokus om gevorderde sorg binne 'n akiet gelisensieerde omgewing aan alle pasiënte te verleen. Om aan hierdie vereistes te voldoen, het die hospitaal sy dienste uitgebrei. 2 laboratoriums vir kardiale sorg wat die diagnostisering van hartsiektes en die uitvoering van angiogramme en die inplasing van onder andere stente, omleiding, slepvervangings en hartritme defekte insluit. Ope hartchirurgie word ook gedoen. Die hospitaal is ook trots op sy spesiaal toegeruste teater vir pasiënte met hoofbeserings, breintoestande en spinale toestande. 'n Splinternuwe kleurvolle pediatriese saal met privaatkamers maak voorsiening vir siek kinders en hul ondersteuners. 'n 7-bed pediatriese intensiewe sorgeenheid is ook deel van die nuwe uitbreiding. Die hospitaal is baie trots op sy mediese rehabilitasie-eenheid. Pasiënte word ondersteun om basiese vaardighede te herwin en 'n swembad waarin fisioterapeute pasiënte behandel, asook 'n openlig area waar arbeidsterapeute 'n belangrike rol speel. Lady Pohamba Privaat Hospitaal wil bydra tot tersiêre kwaliteit en gespesialiseerde sorg in Namibië en hoop die nuwe fasiliteite sal daardie behoefte bevredig.
Die gekwalifiseerde multidissiplinêre span van Lady Pohamba Hospitaal is absoluut daarop ingestel om kwaliteit uitkomste te verseker. En soveel te meer kry ons nou die geleentheid om dit te doen met die uitbreiding van nuwe dienste en gespesialiseerde dienste. Die hospitaal se kapasiteit het verhoog van 130 beddens na 300 beddens. Die lewering van kwaliteit gesondheidsorg is vir ons almal hier by Lady Pohamba Hospitaal geweldig belangrik. En dit is 'n passie wat ons daagliks uitleef.
Base.
Joyce Beerhuis hier in die hartjie van Windhoek is net so goeie ou vriend. Betroubaar, altyd lekker en altyd uitstekende waarde, met ongelooflike stories om te vermaak, 'n wonderlike menu en glad nie vervelig nie. Die ware klank van Namibië.
Ek was nie in Namibië as jy nie by Joyce was nie. Maar hier kom almal bymekaar van ver en naby, die locals, oorseese mense in hulle ruil stories uit, want hulle deel tafels en hulle kan raad gee vir mekaar, hulle kuier net lekker.
Darren het iets baie spesiaals vir die menu bestel. Kom ons hoor en kyk waarmee is hy besig.
Heerlike ijsbaan. En jy moet sê? Jy moet 'n ijsbaan by Joyce Beerhuis proe. Dis lekker.
En hier's nog iets baie spesiaals op pad. So kom ons kyk. My genade. Ek het nou al van 'n botteltjie bier gehoor en 'n blikkie bier, maar 'n meter bier. Cheers.
Welcome back to Life in Style. I'm Sharon. And I'm Shauna. And we are S-Squad. And on today's episode, we'll be doing Sister Tag. This is where you guys get to learn about us. And we get to learn a little bit about each other too. Hey Sharon, what is Sister Tag? Sister Tag is not called Sister Tag. It could be Brother Tag, Sibling Tag, or Friend Tag. It's like question and answer. Except we don't know the questions and the answers are on the spot. Wow, that's really cool. Let's get into it. Hey guys, wait. Did you think this episode was over? Well, guess what? We're doing a sister tag. So when you guys get to find out about us and we get to find out about each other. So let's get into it.
Who is older between the two of you?
I'm the youngest. Shauna is 16 months. I think 16 months younger than me. Yeah. And Sharon's the oldest. I'm the oldest. Yeah.
What do you like about each other?
I like that Shauna gets really happy very easily. So she's very fun and easy to play with. I like that Sharon's she's very calm. She likes to read a lot. She's very calm. She likes to do sports, gymnastics, play a lot. And it's fun to have her around. Yeah, we both like to do gymnastics together. It's very fun. Yeah. Next question.
What do you both have in common?
We both like to read. We've done, we like to read a lot. We've done a book drive for inner city mission. Yeah, it was really cool doing that. We also both like to do gymnastics like you said. We do lots of things together. Crafts, playing, S-Squad together. Yeah, talking. We love doing things together. Yeah, it's really fun instead of doing it alone. Next question.
What is the funniest moment with each other?
I have one. Okay, I have one. So one day, I told my mom this today. Me and Sharon were trying to make an affirmation video. And then Sharon, and then the phone, and then the phone rings. Either my dad's phone rang or my phone rang, and then I got so upset my face went down, just like something just saying. My whole face went So because we were using our mom's phone, and then a phone rang, it was just I have a memory. So we were riding our bikes because we like to do that also together. And I don't like beats whatsoever. No. So we were riding. So we were riding our bikes, and we have this hallway in our backyard. It's like a hallway. And it's still winter, and there's a bee. She thought she saw a wasp, but it was a fly. So I
Describe each other in 3 words.
Okay, I'll go first. Funny, sweet, and happy. Kind, have a big heart, and super. Next question.
Who takes a longer time to get ready?
Me. I take like a 10-minute shower. Oh my gosh, this morning Shauna was taking a shower and we have school. So Shauna was just like in there, because I usually take my bath first because I take it shorter. So Shauna was in the water. I took like a 10-minute. She was there for like forever and fell asleep again. It took like 10 minutes just for me to take a bath every day. And then like I'm like literally just standing there and knocking like, get out. Get out! And she's like taking like, and sometimes she like uses so much hot water. Hot water is the best. And like when I get in there, I'm like, it like goes down. It's like so much steam. Okay. It goes down and then up. Next question.
Who is your favorite parent?
I have one. I do have one. You have one? My mom's watching me, so. Oh my gosh. Mine is both. I don't know what's gonna happen. My dad. You hurt mommy's feelings. You hurt mommy's feelings. I would, I'm actually crying. I'm laughing so much. Okay, next question.
Mention at least 2 of your role models.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My role model is my mom, my dad, my teachers, my teachers, and lots of like pastors, my mom, my teachers, people that help me in life, like with school, increasing in God's word, people like that. People who like inspire me, I'm going to say my role models will be my parents, my sister, because she inspires me to do. Yes, Shauna also inspires me to do lots of things, like to get out of my comfort box. My little box I'm stuck in. She pushes me out of it. Also my teachers, my friends, they inspire me to do also like things that I never want to try, share, and also help them. And pastors and like people, children's church teachers, they're the best. They help us a lot learn God's word. Next question.
Who is your favorite Bible character?
Okay, I have 2. Can I say 2? Can I say 2 or do I have to say more? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can I go first? So, okay, my favorite Bible characters are I like Noah.